Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another weekly wears video where I go over every single fragrance that I wore all 7 days last week. So if that is content that you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are updated whenever I upload something new. I found it to only be fitting that I did an entire week's worth of Middle Eastern fragrances. As a matter of fact, I did a video just last week of why I think Middle Eastern fragrances are so damn popular right now in 2024. So be sure to go watch that video if you haven't yet. On top of it, my last rack store pickup was also a Lattafa fragrance, so check out that video as well. But without further ado, let's jump right into it, starting with Sunday. I would say this one, unquestionably, whether you realize it or not, was probably the most hyped Middle Eastern fragrance of 2024, hands down. Scent we are talking about is Lattafa Ased. And one of you guys corrected me long ago that this is pronounced Ased and not Assad. First instinct is to call it Assad. And doesn't matter how you pronounce it, this stuff smells great. Love it or hate it, it's a Middle Eastern version of Dior Sauvage Elixir, and a damn good one at that. It does have a little bit of that Middle Eastern twang to it, so it sets itself apart from Dior Sauvage Elixir. It is not a one-for-one clone of that scent by any means. Tobacco, coffee, vanilla, and amber are some of the notes that really stand out to me here. It's a powerful performer. It is super masculine, and really this one is not going to be liked by everyone. It's a bit polarizing. One of the reasons why I said it is so popular is because, for example, on TikTok, this is one of the most hyped fragrances. I mean, it seems like everyone is talking about this one, among others, but this one seems to lead the pack, and for good reason. Look, this one is perfect for a night out in cooler months. I think this smells incredible, and, you know, at the end of the day, it's a super cheap alternative to a much more expensive scent. I understand the appeal here. This smells great. I love this one. Big compliment getter for me, and one that I wear quite often. Lattafa Ased. On Monday, I wore this next fragrance, and I was getting whiffs of it all day. This one is approaching 2 years old in my collection, and it has never smelled better. Scent we are talking about is Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. And wow, guys, this, Aventus clone. And it's one of my favorite Aventus clones. I think it's one of the better value Aventus clones. In the air, just now spraying it. Super fruity, fresh, really bright, woody, creamy. This is a fantastic alternative to Aventus. The reason I say it's one of the better valued alternatives is because it smells like Aventus, but also it is priced accordingly. There are more expensive Middle Eastern clones of Aventus. I understand that, but if we're focusing on budget-friendly alternatives, this one is still a little more expensive, definitely more expensive than the OG, but also I would still categorize it as affordable. So it is fantastic stuff. Great longevity. I tell the story about when I was falling around in Burlington wearing this scent, and a woman asked me what I was wearing. She liked it so much. And usually in those moments when I'm asked if, what are you wearing? I forget what I put on that day. I don't know. I guess I kind of freeze up, but I did remember, and I told her about this one. It's a mouthful, so most people look at you like you have 10 heads when you're saying the entire name of this scent, but really great stuff. Definitely check out the limited edition Parfum version. I think it's the best of all of them. Club de Nuit Intense Man limited edition Parfum. This next one was kindly sent to me by my friend and subscriber, Danny, and shout out to Danny for sending this my way, but I will say that for a little while, this was very difficult to find. This is also hyped, but lives up to every bit of that hype, and it is in stock right now on Amazon. I will be sure to link it down below, so grab it while you can. Scent we are talking about is Maison Alhambra's Jean Lo Immortal. And this is a clone of a much more expensive Le Cité from Louis Vuitton. And I mean, look, they're not being shy about who they're cloning here. Maison Alhambra tends to do that. I'm not a fan of that. I think they should be a little more original with the presentation, but look, I can't deny how damn good this stuff smells. You also get a little magnetic cap, which I always appreciate. Mouth-watering citrus, authentic mood-enhancing aromatics, and a warm, buttery smooth, enticing base. And those elements working together are just, it's a beautiful fragrance. Incredible quality, price, and performance for what you're getting here. You're not spending a ton of money. As I said, it is available on Amazon as of today, around the $30 price point. Well worth it for that price. And you're replacing a far more expensive, incredible fragrance on its own. Le Monsité from Louis Vuitton is an incredible scent. But I understand the appeal here with the less expensive, high quality, not higher quality than Le Monsité, but a high quality scent that you're getting an absolute steal at $30 for. I get it. So there is an absolute place for Middle Eastern fragrances in this hobby. There just is. And I touch on that in the video that I mentioned at the top of this video. So I'll be sure to link it. But incredible fragrance. Grab this one while you can. Super versatile, mass pleasing, signature worthy. This checks all the boxes. This smells incredible. Jean Lo Immortel from Maison Alhambra. So on Wednesday, I reached for a scent that I found in one of my rack store videos, and this stuff just offers a ton for the money. Scent we are talking about is Fakar Black from Lattafa. And this is an inexpensive version of YSL EDP, and I like this one more. I just do. It's less astringent smelling than the Y, and there's less sage. Although the sage is here and it's aromatic, it's less. So much like the Immortelle, this is structured the same way. It uses the fruits and citrus. It uses those aromatics, but it's different fruits, different aromatics, although a couple of those notes are shared. And a different base. So there's a little more vetiver in here. Just a beautiful fragrance overall. Offers the same versatility as something like an Immortelle. They don't smell alike, but in comparison to what they do in my collection, so I'm going to be wearing these to the office. I'm going to be wearing these to work events. They're really versatile. You can wear them casually, dressed up, dressed down. It's going to work in every situation, to class, and it's inexpensive. On top of all that, it's a good performer. So this overall offers some of the best value, best bang for your buck you're going to get. It's kind of hard to beat. Fakar Black from Lattafa. This next one has really, really gotten better with age. Scent we are talking about is Jack of Clubs from Fragrance World. And this essentially is a dupe of YSL Blue Electrique, La Nuit de L'Homme Blue Electrique, which I also own, and I've done a comparison video of these two. Great atomizer here. This stuff, wow. Warm spice, clean lavender, soapy vetiver, smells incredible. As I said, has gotten better with maceration, and if you own Blue Electrique and don't want to burn through that bottle, because those are getting much harder to find, they're more expensive to buy in, aftermarket. So you have to consider this one. It smells incredible. On my initial impressions, if you smell them side by side, you're going to be able to pull out the differences of the two, but they're not far off from one another, especially now that this has had time to sort of set and age on my shelf. I love it. And performance here, it might best the OG. It might be better than the YSL Blue Electrique. And that's hard for me to say because, that's one of my favorite fragrances. That smells incredible. I'm not taking anything away from that, but you can't deny the performance here. This smells great. Absolutely wonderful fragrance. Jack of Clubs from Fragrance World. There is no surprise as to what this next one is copying. Scent we are talking about is Woody Oud from Maison Alhambra. So Maison Alhambra has shown up on this list a couple times because they do great fragrances. They do great Middle Eastern alternatives to more expensive niche and designer fragrances. And this one is no exception. This is one of the best inexpensive ouds I've ever put my nose on. It's smooth, rich, and complex without smelling medicinal or synthetic, which is a common symptom of using cheap, inexpensive synthetics to duplicate oud and fragrance. Now, I would probably venture to guess there is not real oud in here, but that's not a bad thing, and this oud smells great. It's amazing what they've been able to do on such a tight budget here. It truly is. Now, the only drawback here is the performance. It is not great, and I still prefer the original, which I also own, over this. So in most instances, I will reach for the original, but I understand why this is so beloved and why people like this one. I mean, you can't ignore it. It's a fraction of the price of the original, and it smells great on its own. This is going to be great for date night. It's really upscale smelling, put together. I imagine a guy in a really nice suit wearing this one, pulling it off. Tom Ford luxury at Maison Alhambra's prices. So Woody Oud from Maison Alhambra. Finally, on Saturday, I reached for one that is cloning a less expensive designer fragrance that I think doesn't get enough love to begin with. This DNA overall scent we are talking about is Foie from Nusik. And this is cloning pretty much Paco Rabanne's Phantom. Has that lemon zest, that incredible lemon zest. Great, great atomizer. Very citrusy, authentic smelling. You get some vanilla. It has that Middle Eastern twang. So again, it adds in a little bit of that Middle Eastern sort of feel to it, to what you would know as your Phantom designer. So it does put a little twist on it, which I personally enjoy. I think this smells incredible. It sparkles. It's effervescent. It lasts a good amount of time on me, but this is one that is super cheap, and I don't mind overspraying it a bit and going through it. However, I will say that this, I don't know how easily this is defined, so I will link it down below if I can find it. For the money, you are getting a really nice presentation. I love the presentation of this bottle. It's very heavy in the hand, nice cap. It comes in a really nice package. I just love the blend of the citrus, the vanilla, the clean lavender, the vetiver here. Really versatile. As a matter of fact, a lot of these behind me are versatile. And they're some of my favorite Middle Eastern fragrances in my collection. It's why I specifically chose these 7. So definitely check this one out. You may already own Phantom, which is a great scent on its own. I personally enjoy that fragrance. I think it's super underrated in a lot of ways. This has the patchouli, it has the earthiness, and I think that is what turns some people off to the original. A little bit too earthy, a little bit too much patchouli, which the more patchouli, the more earthy it is, the less mass appealing it becomes. However, I think this one is pretty mass appealing. I like this one quite a bit. Foie from Nusik. That's it, guys. All 7 fragrances that I wore last week. As always, I would love to hear what your weekly rotation was, whether it was 1 fragrance or 7. Drop it in the comment section down below. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. But if you like what you saw today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.